Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to your online class. And in previous class, I have discussed the previous class science chapter, that was electricity and circuit. Okay, I hope you all have seen. That was an offline video, as you know. So please go through the offline videos also. Whatever topic will be discussed in offline video. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Okay, and who have not gone through the video, please, my request to them, watch the video from our YouTube channel and e-portal. Okay, now today I will discuss the next chapter revision, that is air around us. Okay, air around us, today we will discuss. As you know, all living organisms, all living things require air, but where it is present and how it is present around us, and how can we see, okay, and how can we just feel there is presence of air around us. Okay, so there are so many experiments, as you know, and in first experiment or activity 1, how Firki actually Firki rotate due to presence of air, as you know. Second activity, there is an empty bottle. When we actually, that is empty bottle, does it have something inside? When we turn it and upside down, what happens then? Now if we dip the open mouth of the bottle into the bucket filled in the water, that is already shown in the figure 15.4 from your book, you can see. Now you have to observe the bottle, does water enter the bottle? Okay, now by this way you can say that there is presence of air inside the bottle. And you must know that point, that mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder with them. As you know, our earth surrounded by a thick layer of air, and that layer extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the earth, that is known as atmosphere, that is the blanket of air. As we move higher to the atmosphere, the air gets rarer. So mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder with them, and while climbing mountains. Okay, got this point, everyone? Any problem, beta? Please go through your e-portal. Their syllabus is already there, Abir Mirza. Okay. Okay. Now, what is air made up of? Actually, I have discussed it through a pie diagram, the composition of air. You have seen that in the video, that where I have shown you that what are the different components of air. Okay. Now, actually, air is mixture of many gases. That is not a compound, not a single substance. So it is a mixture of many gases. So you have to remember this point very. Now let us find out about some major components of the mixture one by one. First component of air, that is water vapor, then oxygen, then nitrogen, then carbon dioxide, then smoke and dust. Okay, these all. So actually what is the main composition? As you know that nitrogen is found in most abundantly. What is the percentage of nitrogen? Can anyone say? What is the percentage of nitrogen in the air? Can anyone say? Very good, Srija. The percentage of percentage of nitrogen in the air is 78%. Then what is the percentage of oxygen in the air? What is the percentage of oxygen? Can anyone say? Very good, 21%. Mehta has answered. Okay. Now other gases only 1%. Among 1%, carbon dioxide is 0.05. Carbon dioxide is 0.05. Yes. And remaining portion other gases like argon, helium, and some inert gases. Okay. Also water vapor, smoke and dust. These all are remaining portion of that 1%. Okay, got this point, everyone? Now comes to discussing one by one every components of that mixture. First comes to water vapor. As you have learned that air contains water vapor. We also saw that air comes out in contact with the cool surface, and it condenses, and drop of water appears on the cool surface. This actually shows the presence of water vapor in the air. That is very important for water cycle in nature, as you know. Okay. So we have learned what is water vapor. Now this water vapor, when there is more water vapor in our atmosphere, that indicates the that is more humid condition. But when there is less water vapor in our nature, that indicates that that weather is less humid or dry. Okay, got this point, everyone? Shashwat Shugla, please mute your microphone. Okay, now comes to oxygen. As you know, that is very essential. The presence of oxygen is very essential for us, for our respiration, plants respiration, you know. Now in an experiment, air has oxygen or not. There is an experiment where two candles were kept on a table, that that both the candles were lighting. Then cover one of the candle with an inverted glass tumbler. Then we have to observe both the candles carefully. There you must observe that candle covered with glass tumbler got extinguished after some time, whereas the other candle continued burning. What is the meaning of that? Means from this we observe that it seems the candle got extinguished because of the components inside the glass tumbler which is supporting burning. Okay, that is limited actually. That oxygen is limited. Most of the component is used by the burning candle. So burning candles needs oxygen for its burning, okay, for its combustion. Okay, but when it is totally used up, then there is lack of oxygen. So when there is lack of oxygen, candle become extinguished. Okay, and there is also presence of another gas in the air which actually do not support burning, that is known as nitrogen. So we cannot say that in air only oxygen is present, also nitrogen is present, due to which the candle become extinguished. Okay, got this point? So we can say that this component of air which support burning, that is known as oxygen, and nitrogen, that is it indicates the presence of some components of air that which does not support burning, and this major part of air which does not support burning the candle, that is known as nitrogen. Okay, now comes to carbon dioxide. Now as you know, this carbon dioxide in a closed room, if there is a material that is burning, you may feel suffocation. Okay, this is due to excess carbon dioxide that may accumulating in that room. So as burning continues, due to the excess accumulation of carbon dioxide, you feel suffocated. Now carbon dioxide makes up a small component of air around us. Plants and animals consume oxygen for respiration and produce carbon dioxide. Okay, and plants and animals matters also consume oxygen on burning and produce mainly carbon dioxide to a few other gases. Now it is advisable not to burn dry leaves and discarded remains of the crop. As you know that plants and animals, they are interdependent on each other by means of gaseous exchange. As we know that during respiration oxygen is very necessary for us, and you have to remember this point, not only oxygen is taken by us, we also inhale carbon dioxide during respiration, but the amount of oxygen that is more than that of the carbon dioxide, and the amount of carbon dioxide that is released by us during exhalation, that is more than that of oxygen. So we can say that during exhalation also carbon dioxide along with oxygen both are released, but mostly the carbon dioxide that is released during exhalation. So we have to just say what is the maximum amount that is required by us during respiration and which is released out from our body. So got this point, everyone? Any problem beta? You can tell me. Okay. Now so we have discussed it. By this way the balance of carbon dioxide and balance of oxygen is maintained in our nature. Okay. Now lastly we comes to dust and smoke. As we know, the burning of fuel also produce smoke, and smoke contains a few gases, fine dust particles, and often very harmful. That is why when you see long chimneys in the factories, this takes a harmful smoke and gases away from our nose. As you know that when there is a burning the burning of fuel and burning of dry leaves or something else, that produce very harmful gases in our nature, like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. These all are very harmful gases. Actually they causes global warming and so greenhouse effect, this all. So we must remember this point, and we have to, it is advisable not to burn dry leaves and discarded remains of the crop, actually that pollute our surrounding or pollute our environment. Okay, I hope you got this point. Now comes to 15.3 subtopic, that how does oxygen become available to animals and plants living in water and soil. As how oxygen is present in the water and soil, there are two experiments you can see, activity 5 and activity 6. When we boil the boiled water that is present in a container, then you must have observed the inner surface of the container that having teeny bubbles on the inside. These bubbles comes from air that is dissolved in water. So we can say that there is presence of air in the water. Got this point? And if we next experiment, that is activity 6. If we take a lump of dry soil in a beaker or a glass, then if we add water to it, note you must observe that there are bubbles coming out from the soil. These bubbles indicates the presence of air in the soil. I hope you understood, everyone. No? So these are very easy experiment. Now comes to the point that how is the oxygen in the atmosphere is replaced. Okay, as we know that we know about photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Means that is the process by which plants makes their own food in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll present in their leaves, and also take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, now plants utilize this carbon dioxide present in the air and all in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll present in their leaves. They make their own food in the form of carbohydrate, that is the glucose, C6H12O6, and also produce a lot amount of oxygen, and that oxygen is taken by us during our respiration. But one thing you have to remember, that during plants respiration they also take oxygen, but the amount of oxygen that is required by plants during respiration, that is always less amount or lesser amount than that of the oxygen that is produced by them during photosynthesis. Got this point, everyone? Got this point? Students, can you hear me? Okay, everyone got this point, no? Very good. Okay, so we can say that plants makes their own food and oxygen is produced along it, but plants also consume oxygen for respiration, but they produce more of it than they consume. That is why we say plants produce oxygen. And it is obvious that animal cannot live without plants, and the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, that is maintained through respiration in the plants and animals and by the photosynthesis in the plants. That I have already told you. No, and this shows the independence of plants and interdependence of plants and animals. They are interdependent on each other. Okay. Now the wind makes the windmill rotate. The windmill is used to draw water from tube wells and to run floor mills. Then windmills also are used to generate electricity. Air helps in the movement of sailing yachts, then gliders, parachutes, aeroplanes, birds, bats, insects that can fly due to the presence of air. So these are the application. Air also helps in the dispersal of seed and pollen by flowers of several plants, and air plays an important role in the water cycle. So there we have finished the chapter, revision of this chapter, air around us. If you have any problem, you can tell me now. Anyone having any problem, they can tell me. Okay, please tell me. Very easy chapter this one, and only one chapter left for your revision, that is that will be discussed by me in the next day. Tomorrow I have classes on second half, your second half. Okay, so that time I will revise the remaining portion. Okay, no need to worry about this. And if you have any problem, you can tell me now. Again I am telling. No problem. Okay.